showtime. Good morning, Roy. Happy Thursday. Happy jobless, claimless retail data earnings day.
Taiwan semiconductor earnings this morning as well. Philly Fed manufacturing index. I mean, what a lovely what a lovely Thursday, right? Did you ever think you would say that?
I'm gonna try to get us a sponsor real quick. Anybody? So it got down to 33. It was 34 when I woke up. I think it got down to 32 degrees last night. And I have a 2-story house, and I have one little small Eden Pure heater downstairs that kept my house at 68 degrees today when I woke up this morning inside. One little heater. So Eden Pure, if you're watching, we will definitely take you as a sponsor because you are awesome.
Good products.
Cashier Capital, welcome this morning, sir. Already chiming in, saying we got strong data today. Yes, we've had strong data. We got more data coming out at 8:15. So if you are in any trades, you have 13 minutes before we have more data show up. So that is important. Before we get too busy, make sure you please like and subscribe. We're looking for the quest to 500, what we're trying to get to. So help us get to 500 subscribers. Share with your friends, share with your enemies, share with your foes, share with anybody you see out there. We want 500 subscribers. We will do our next giveaway. We did give the mantra away to Dirty Harry. Won it last time. So congratulations again, Dirty Harry. Sent a picture we posted yesterday. It showed that he had it set up. So great job, sir.
Yeah, and we're about halfway to that 500 goal. So we really appreciate everybody that has subscribed and shared us and supported us in our early journey. And we're going to keep it going.
Absolutely. So, yeah, that's where we're at. So we did have data come out this morning. I think data was bullish this morning. You had U.S. retail sales came in month over month was 0.4. Projection was 0.3. Previous was 0.1%. So beat there. U.S. initial jobless claims came in at 241,000. Projection was 258. Previous was 258. So jobless claims actually came down some, which is a good sign for a strong job market. Core retail sales month over month was 0.5. Projected 0.1. This is month over month, and then it last time was month over 0.1. And then the Philly Fed Business Index. I'm not really sure what I think Roy was explaining to me earlier what the Philly Fed Business Index is. It came in at 10.3. Projection was a 3. Previous was a 1.7. So pretty bullish data came out this morning. So it's kind of what we're watching. You see we're in this trend up. This was a very easy trend to draw because it's just straight up. So let's see what happens. See if we get a break. See if we hold. CBD has climbed here recently, like in the last 5 minutes, it's climbed 2,000 points all the way up to 6,032. So you got buyers stepping in still. So unless something changes, I mean, today, here's what you typically get though. You see a lot. So if we make all-time highs or we make highs overnight where, as Roy said before, they cheat, right? They do it with low volume, they get it up. A lot of times the market does not like that. So a lot of times you can see a pretty hard rejection. Now we have did have some pretty good data come out this morning. So you can't just bank on that. It is interesting to see, though, what happens. And if you look at Bookmap, I was showing Roy earlier, pre-stream, you don't have very many levels on Bookmap. you got that little block right there from 59.30 to right below 59.15, and all it's doing is just moving up and down with the price. It's not so kind of like yesterday. You don't see anything to the upside really past 59.30, but you do see a few iceberg orders on the way down. So something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to flip off real quick. I was gonna go to share my screen. I gotta accept some permissions. So give me one moment. I will
go ahead,
be
sir.
right back.
Good morning. Wait for the zone. Good morning, sir. Cash apps with the good morning too. So good morning, cash apps. Happy Thursday to everybody. Happy jobless claims retail data day. See if we can make some money this morning while Roy is playing around with his computer. We will sit here and watch the market and watch us continue to go up. Hey, there's Roy back.
Hey, now I gotta open all my windows back up because that just hosed it. One moment, please. So TSM obviously kicked it all off, and it looks like the data this morning is holding it all. So is the move done? Is the move just starting? Tricky day.
It's amazing. If you look at the chart, you scroll out. We were trending down. Midnight comes. Nope, we're going to pop up.
Yeah.
New day, and the market said, you know what? It is a new day. Let's start fresh.
It's an amazing
Let's go to
thing.
all-time. Let's look back. There's really no levels up here. So what I do want to do this morning is give me a second. So this is just a little fib extensions. You can see. Actually, we're going to have to draw these a little bit different because it is not giving me the extensions up wrong. And that's going to do on the opposite. We don't want that. But we can reverse. So now you can see some levels up here that you can actually look for. So you see 30, which is a big spot, which seems to be lining up with Bookmap, 34, 36, 39, 42, and on and so forth up. So I need to work on these fib extensions a little bit, but you know, it is what it is at this point.
I'm gonna share my screen real quick just to make sure we got everything working. All right, I'll go back to you. Whoa. Okay.
So now we got a lot of stuff on the screen. We got fibs, we got fib extensions. These fib extensions are just going to keep moving on up. I see. You got ECB President Lagarde speaking. We still have risk on both sides of inflation forecast. The decision was unanimous. Any additional trade barriers or a downside for Europe? I'm going to tell you what, the worst job in the world right now is being a Hamas leader. Looks like, I guess Israel killed another leader. I mean, that is the place where it's like, all right, I'm the Hamas leader. Okay, well, you got 24 hours and you're dead.
Yeah. They're,
I mean, my goodness.
They're hesitant on updating their LinkedIn I'll say that.
Did you see the dude who was the one that going to prison? And so he updated to prisoner in the correctional facility.
He's got a good sense of humor.
Updated it before he went into prison. I was like, that is pretty good right
there. You got some love from Wait for the Zone on your Hamas comment. And there goes our monetization for this one. There you go. Right on time. All right, let's go through some Mag 7, shall we? As no surprise
why talk Mag 7 when you can talk
Hamas and LinkedIn?
Yeah.
Apple recovering from its mini drop yesterday.
You don't need a news source, you just need us.
Exactly. Up 1% to this morning. Nvidia looks like it will open at a new all-time high. 140.20 currently. It benefited greatly from
loving that.
Yeah, great. TSM earnings. We'll kind of go over that in a minute, but they basically said demand is surging. All things are good. AI. Buy. Microsoft joining the fun. Up almost 0.7%. Google basically flat, not really having as much reaction. That's kind of the one laggard this morning. And the Mag 7, you got Amazon up 0.5%, Meta up 1%. Obviously, all the AI boost, and then Tesla's even joining the fun, up 0.5%. Looking at energy this morning, it's basically flat, nothing really crazy there. UNH is back down 2%, so you could see that kind of maybe rotation back into tech. I don't know. We'll see. Financials continue its climb. They're up 0.2% on the day. VIX. Ooh, poor VIX. Let's get a little bit bigger time frame. It is now below 20 and dropping.
Wow.
So there's our little zone here that we drew yesterday morning. Broke under it, and it just never had any signs of hope since. Pretty cool.
If you are in any trades, we have 2 minutes till data comes out. So I want to pay attention to that.
You got a 5-day moving average rising.
Bring this down. We're going to have some nasty data. That is just the ugliest indicator on that chart, even.
You like that? This little straight up. I don't like that it's a continuation. I know you love it. I know it's deep down. It's like a love-hate thing for you.
No, it's hate.
It's just
there's no love at all.
But yeah, I would say, going back to your point, it's hard to not get biased when stuff like this happens. You've got now data pushing it higher, so there is reason for it to go higher. Like we had kind of did in an earlier stream on Monday, I believe. We kind of looked at some of the laggards in Mag 7. And you can see if Microsoft wants to get going, it's got plenty of room. Google wants to get going, it has plenty of room. I mean, Apple is approaching now its high, but it's still got about 2% left on it before it gets to its high. Amazon still has some room to run back up to 200 if it wants. Meta is just ridiculous, but it's, and then obviously Tesla has some room if it wants to join the party. But it's going to be kind of the underlying AI stuff that I think you're going to want to watch with the TSM earnings. So let's flip over to TSM. So this is a daily chart, so they haven't updated the daily candle. It closed yesterday at 187. It is up almost 10%, 8.6%, 203. So you've got just, I mean, that showed that AI is still in demand, still popular. So what does that mean? Well, Micron. Go back here. Micron up 2% in pre-market. It had off of its rise.
Not a Micron fan.
Not a Micron fan.
I've had mixed emotions with their mixed results on options with them boys.
SMCI.
We're talking about semiconductors, but we need to pop up the Hood chart. Hood had some announcements yesterday.
Yeah, Hood flipping it over. So
I do have comments on Hood. So if Hood can break 28 and hold 28, 38 to 40, I think is very feasible long term. So anybody that does want to trade, this is not financial advice. Don't just go buy, but I like it to pop back up to 38.40 if it can get above 28.
Yeah, I mean Hood IPO'd in the big craze, so that's why you have this huge wick. This is a monthly chart or weekly chart, but they are doing some cool stuff, right? So they introduced futures that they're going to be offering.
I'm still not going to trade on Hood, just so you know.
Yeah, they're still going to. They introduced a new charting desktop platform, a new subscription model. They're doing things pretty exciting stuff at Hood. So they're definitely growing and learning from their early on mistakes. So, what were they, $8 earlier this year? Something like that. Yeah. Good play by the guy I can't mention.
Good. I took a chance. I don't know. It's a while ago. I've been holding it for a while. So we'll see. Do like the news that came out. All right. So I guess data did come out was U.S. industrial production month over month came out at negative 0.3. Forecast was negative 0.2. Previous was 0.8. Revised was 0.3. You get extra numbers on this. That is actually the first little bearish indication we've gotten today.
Semi-negative.
That is not the best data in the world, so there's that. And you can, let's see. We can do it this way so people can actually see it. I don't like how when you share it takes the point out.
Yeah.
So I know the 0, but it's supposed to be 0.3 negative 0.2 revised, previous 0.8 revised 0.3. So there is the numbers that came out. It has it pulled us back $4. And now it's reclaiming its $4.
Doesn't say it's going to need more than that.
So we're just kind of chilling, hanging out. Don't want to force anything. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. Long it's going long seems like the thing to do on any pullback today, but you got to be patient and see. I'd love it to pull back. If we're going to get a pullback, right? If we can pull back into this zone here and then pop it up, that would be great. But if you pull back into the zone, you're probably going to break this channel. So it's Pepsi today, sir. Led. Anybody want to know what Led said? I feel like I need a chicken Big Mac and a Propel. If you get a chicken Big Mac, you got to drink actual Coke with that.
Yeah.
You got to have that McDonald's carbonation, which is different than any other carbonation in the whole world. You didn't know that. Coke specifically makes their Coke a little bit different for McDonald's than they do for everybody else in the whole world.
The more you know.
The more you know. And they put sugar in their fries.
The fries are so good.
So they put just enough sugar in them. This is actually, I watched a documentary on why they did the stuff they did, and it's phenomenal. But they put just enough sugar in there where you can't actually taste it, but it kicks in your in your mind where you crave. So you crave the fries. The sugar is what helps you crave the fries. And just like they also do with their Coke, they have more syrup in their Cokes and their fountain machines. So when the ice melts, that your Coke still tastes like a Coke. That's why if you ever get a fresh McDonald's Coke, like when you first get it, kind of gives you that little tingly pop inside. It's got extra carbonation, extra syrup in it. Come back tomorrow to learn more facts about fast food restaurants.
Chicken Big Mac is the official meal of MC Trading.
I've only eaten one time so far. I've tried it once.
Good morning, Roy. Easy.
Good morning, Roy. I've already catched the other good morning before you go back and click on all of them again.
I always got to double check your work. Let's see.
If I do it again.
So I had a friend have his son tune into the stream yesterday, and his I don't know if he's a teenager yet, not quite a teenager. I don't think he was just having fun with it, and he said, "Dad, is your friend always that boring?" And he said, "Yes, son. Yes, he is." So that was the feedback from the kid. Apparently, we are not, at least me, I'm not entertaining enough for the youngsters just yet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, let's just shut the stream down today, and then we're done.
Might as well, we know how to. I know what to do. I know what to do to get that attention if we ever want it. I don't think it's but it was fun. That was a nice ribbon I got. Hit the gritty, yeah.
Yeah. Whatever we do, we can't. We gotta be careful. Copyright infringement. So we can't play background music.
No, but I can sing it.
You can sing it, yes.
Yeah.
But I would prefer you didn't. You got to do acapella. You can't do music either. So
we're here to trade. We're not here to entertain.
If y'all notice, having hoodies, I got long pants on. I'm so miserable right now. It's 30-something degrees outside. It's horrible. I need to move to the Bahamas or somewhere. Puerto Rico, tax breaks in Puerto Rico are really, really good for traders, by the way.
There you go. How's your Spanish?
They want people. It's not good enough to move to Puerto Rico, but we got Google Translator. We can do anything.
Yeah, exactly. Modern problems offer modern solutions.
Right, just walk around with cereal all day. Well,
we got Netflix earnings after the bell. We got WD-40 after the bell, if you're into that. Tomorrow morning, you have Amex, which would be a good kind of indicator of kind of the higher end consumer. And
we got some breaking news from Israel.
Okay.
Channel 12 has covered Israel ministry. It appears that I am not going. Yahya Sinwar, I guess he was the Hamas leader, but the way they said it has been eliminated. It's just they've been eliminated.
They've been eliminated.
I'm gonna tell you, if you ever want to make a movie, a spy movie, an espionage movie, any movie like this, if you do not follow Israeli intelligence, you are missing a boat right there, because those son of guns are the best in the world.
That is what drives me crazy, is like, how did people just like paraglide down at like small miles per hour, and they're just staring at them like, wonder what they're going to be doing. It's very odd to me.
I mean, you look at
I know it's a music festival.
Yeah. Well, Israel, they did the pager walkie-talkie thing.
Yeah.
That might have been the most genius move I think I've ever seen in any wartime stuff going on. Like, hey, we're going to take all these pages. They're all going off at the same time, so you can't communicate with anybody. And then after we take the pagers out, we got walkie-talkie backups. You're going to get your walkie-talkie. Then we're going to take all the walkie-talkies out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think they had like 70-something bombs went off together, like in a couple hours time frame.
Yeah, but all of that to just get them to do an emergency meeting and then bomb the building at the meeting spot.
That's
so all the
insane.
leaders are congregated. It was pretty impressive. I mean,
agree or not, you have to respect their ability to get things done. Now, I don't agree with war. I think we should all, as Hogue would say on Top Step, pray for peace, because nothing good comes out of war, but in my opinion. But I feel bad for the people that are innocent and having to go through all this stuff, like the people at the music festival, or the innocents in whether it's Lebanon or Iran or whatever, that's getting bombed without doing anything.
Yeah, no, it's
let's change subject real quick. Roy says that Puerto Rico is beautiful. Went once, but it was years ago. I have never been. I want to go. Condos are extremely affordable in Puerto Rico too, by the way. They're not quite as affordable as they are in Mexico, but they are affordable there in Puerto Rico. I've looked at a few.
Very nice. Flipping to the topics. I know we got about 4 minutes to open here. I want to showcase this the new ETFs that are filed today. This was yesterday, so they'll be available soon. But the Battlefield, did you see these battle shares?
I saw this, yes.
So NVIDIA, you go long in one and short in the other. So they're getting clever. Getting clever. I'm not sure I would short Intel up here or down here, but anyway, something fun to keep an eye on.
The coin Wells Fargo.
Yeah, that one was weird. And then I don't know what NYT is. Google versus NYT. I don't know. I'll have to look at all of it. Like Tesla versus Ford. I mean, are they really that? I understand they're competitors, but they're not quite the same companies, really. Tesla's kind of its league of its own. So you're going to pull back into your zone here into the open.
Looks that way.
That zone being that parallel, like, I mean, that's pretty, how should I say, steep.
Yeah, it is.
Golly.
All right, so we are going to actually, I wanted to keep these up, but they end up driving me crazy after a while. So I like a cleaner screen. Lagarde just said we have not yet broken the neck of inflation, but we're in the process. That's one way to put it.
Okay.
We ain't broke his neck yet, but we're getting close. New York Times. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Led, for contributing something useful to the stream.
Yeah, thank
you. Everybody, before you say anything, me and Led deserves every shot he gets taken at him. Everyone. Let's see.
The beautiful thing about trading with buddies or friends, really, whatever we are, we're all buddies, is you got to have some thick skin, because the market will make sure you have some thick skin.
I'm gonna tell you, if you hang out with us too long, if you could see some of our private chats, you'd be like, Lord have mercy. But you got to be able to take it too. So not only dish it out, you got to be able to take it.
Yeah, take it.
And Roy's probably one of the best about it. I give him credit. He'll just laugh at himself. Okay, you got it.
Yeah. No, I'm always looking. I'm like Phil Mickelson. I'm always looking to figure out how you came up with a joke, so I can use it next time.
All right, market's open, and we are getting a very slight pullback.
So you had made a comment again. I think it was earlier this week or last week. I don't know. The market doesn't like these new highs of pre-market. So I like to pull it down a little bit and get some buyers to step in, see where they step in.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. This move here is very, in my opinion, could be wrong. This looks like a very weak pullback attempt.
Yeah, I mean it's
weak enough. We're gonna actually take 2 there. If it'll take, try to get a quick scalp to high. If it'll break high right there, it'd be a nice play on the day. Might be a tad bit early on it, but we'll see. Might be a tad early on it. This is don't be just super quiet, Roy. It's okay if I lose this trade. It's like I get in this trade, Roy. Crap.
Oh damn. Let me keep it quiet. All right, so let me slip over to Tide. You get your early stages of Tide. You got puts, rise. Again, super early data. Nothing really you can take from that, but just to have a good idea of where it's sitting. You've got market kind of holding this 8 ribbon, battling here at the open. Let's see if it can pop back over 59.20. You're looking at your Mag 7. Everybody's opening up, but let's see how they opened up. So Apple opened down, kind of coming back from its first candle. NVIDIA, same, kind of opened down. Microsoft, same. Google, a little bit stronger, but still on the bottom. Netflix or Amazon, a little bit stronger. Meta, kind of coming down a little bit. Tesla came way down. Tesla, the only red one. So, yeah, we got ES coming in. Again, I'm kind of with you. It's not an overly strong down move, but it is a down move. One to watch. See if the buyers step in.
They are moving orders. They are moving orders down a tad bit, so this could be a losing trade. Very well could go to VWAP. This is a calculated guess here, to be honest with you. The move went strong down, move was strong overnight. Had a feeling it was going to pull back and then pop back up to make a high, and then we'd regroup and see what we do after that, but it hadn't done that move yet. So
yeah, pulling back,
just slowly creep down and take me out. Orders are slowly moving down with it. That's just a slow, agonizing death here on this one trade, looks like. There it is out. So we will look to do something different here in a minute.
Apple has gone red and is falling. Nvidia is nasty as well, right out the gate. I'll flip over and show you Apple. There's Apple's chart. Yeesh.
Wow.
So Nvidia, same, but we'll see if they're trying to find some local bottoms. Meta, Amazon, and Tesla. Tesla still looks bad.
Man, this was
a strong
slow motion.
There it goes through VWAP.
Let's see if it holds here. What happens if we bounce back up?
$59.02 was our little marker. Is that yesterday? Day before?
Yeah, a few days ago.
Holy,
oh my gosh, I've never seen this before in my life. Look at the orders right above on that. Holy crap. 2,712 orders sitting at. What the crap are we looking at? Right there.
Wow.
If you can see it better, it's 2,971 orders. That is pretty insane there.
So they pushed it down and then put those orders above it.
Yep.
Interesting.
Very, very interesting.
So is that a source of? I highly doubt they move those orders. I mean, that's size of a lot.
No, they can be moved very easily. I've never seen spoof orders that big. I mean, you very rarely see orders sitting out that big, period. We want to add a couple here. I don't know. I just like that move. They're going to get up there. I think these orders, you haven't seen them move yet. So this could be a very quick. We're not going to let this run forward at all, to be honest with you. If this does go against us here. It's strange. I can't. Usually you have orders like that. It's pulling everything back to it.
Yeah.
And this is not really pulling back to it yet, to be honest with you. It kind of pulled up and then faded right back down with very little. I mean, it wasn't that hard. Just kind of put it right to that bottom. We break there. We're done on this one for the day. We will lock her up if we get out of this one.
Not to go silent on you guys. We're just kind of processing what's going on. So,
yeah, I'm trying to make it all make sense right now. And
let's flip over the tide real quick.
We're actually coming up on. We might go back and test this. My gosh, it's growing. It's over 3,000 orders sitting there now. That's a 3,000 lot order sitting there. I mean, just do the quick math. 3,000 times 5,916. What does that get you? 5,905.
Yeah.
How much money you got sitting there? That is 17, almost $18 million sitting there. Almost $18 million sitting there in that one spot. That's somebody with some capital. Lord, if it hits and it eats those orders up, then we are fixing to run like crazy. It ate them. Oh my gosh. Look right there. It ate all those orders.
Wow.
I was not expecting that. I mean, it just went right through it like candy. Just boom, butter. Now, if it gets back above VWAP, we got a chance to have a decent runner here back up to a high day.
That would be some move.
CBD is now over 8,100.
Calls are rising. Calls are rising. Puts are falling. You've got puts still in control. Both are above the zero line. On holdings, you got calls spiking up as well. On your Mag 7, looking like a recovery could be in store for Apple. NVIDIA moving up. Microsoft, green candle. Google, green candle. Amazon, still down. So could have some potential reversal moves happening. Let's flip back over to Tide just to keep seeing. So you have calls still rising and puts dropping. So you could have a cross coming up here shortly.
Tide gave the play yesterday. Tide was the one that showed it was coming.
So you want to see this call volume though take over. Right now, put volume still taking over. So you could get some games getting played here.
It's not wanting to give me a clean break on VWAP here, which kind of concerns me a tad bit. We need a break and hold above. We still got 2.5 minutes in this candle, so anything could happen. Oil moving up, crypto moving down. I think we've got geopolitical ripples again. That came from lead. Yeah, it looks that way, doesn't it?
Well, you're definitely going to get some sort of buy the dip, right? With a move like that in pre-market, a drop, you're going to get people saying, "Oh,
CBD's up to over 9,000 now." So look, everybody in the stream, I give lead a hard time, but I do really value lead's opinion on things. So if we talk trash back and forth, it is all in fun. So you know.
Just so you know, brings out the best in people.
I'm a sarcastic guy. So if you're going to be sarcastic to me, I'm coming back twice as hard.
Yeah.
And a lot of people look like one of my best friends. Everybody look like, do y'all like each other? Like, I love each other. We just talk shit.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Looks like CBD wants to go to it's 9,500. Looks like it's wanting to get to 10,000.
Need to get this breakaway from VWAP.
Yeah, it needs to pop above it. I don't like it. I don't like my stop where it's at, to be honest with you. Because we could actually get stopped out there and this thing pop like crazy.
How are the orders looking?
How's what?
To the down. How are the orders looking to the downside?
I mean, there's nothing really to. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you look, you're stacked more to the upside. You've got more iceberg orders to the downside.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and that's picking hair. It's pretty similar, both up or down. So right now you're looking at that CBD, and you want to see the strength in the move. These son of the guns.
Flipping over to Tide, you didn't quite get that continuation on calls that you wanted, so we'll see if it can rev itself up here again. Well, looks like it wants to. Holdings, you're getting a much stronger view, so whatever they're in, they're buying. It's in the SPY. Tech leading the way, energy second, financial still strong, materials. So cooling off today is real estate. That was the big winner the last few days.
Yeah, we need healthcare. If healthcare could join the party, this thing would pop. CBD is 9,900 now. Even on this little pullback, CBD is rising. Are we going to break 10,000? There's the 10,000 break.
Look at calls rising strongly, so we'll see if that volume can show up with it. So it's a CBD and flow are going.
Wow, those calls are just ripping up.
Yeah, they're flying up.
CBD is now at 10.2. We could get a pretty good move here. Possibly. The thing I'm looking at when you're watching CBD and you're watching Bookmap, when this candle, when it just turned red, CBD was still creeping up a little. So that lets you know that the sellers are not in control.
Entertaining first 15, 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, well, only problem is we've had a lot of silence on our side just looking.
Yeah, but that's part of it. You're just processing it as it comes.
Yeah, you got 59.15 right around there. That's going to be a key spot to get back above. As you can see, that's going to line up right here, right above where my first take profit is. And then it would be back to this level. Cash App, Cap. I have no clue what you're talking about when you say 950 macros. So can you elaborate on that, please?
We got.
You did it yesterday, and I didn't understand what you were saying. So to clarify,
flipping back over to Tide too, it's rising. The volume's starting to creep up now. In favor of calls. Still got a little ways to go, but the premiums are pushing the right direction. Obviously, you have the cross on the calls and the puts, so that's a positive sign of general market. I mean, holdings is just bullish. So SPY in general is just bullish.
All right, so Cash App, this is his response, says there are times where these macros push the market up. Now, what macros are we talking about?
Yeah, so wondering if he's saying it's more of a time thing than it is actually an event thing.
Right.
So if there's a kind of like at the 10 minutes before the close, you have those market close orders, things like that. So maybe he's saying there's something there within those time frames consistently. Not sure though. Hopefully he can elaborate. Don't want to speak for him. Looking at
HTF trading algos. I have no clue what that is either. All right, I'm gonna stop asking questions now because I'm just getting further in the hole with it. I love you, Cashy, but I don't know what you're talking about.
We got a downtick in puts there, pretty good. And you get your calls rising. A little downtick in the calls at the top of it, but that can easily get reversed. But you're seeing your volume
CBD going for 10.6, so looks like we should break 11,000 soon. Oh, it's the ICT thing. Oh, then you can just never speak of that ever again here. That's the joke, by the way.
Yeah. So you're getting calls, slight tick down with puts. So you're at a crossroads here. If you can get some continuation on the move up. Yeah, I mean, you're saying CBD looks like it wants to pop. Flow saying it wants to pop. Now the market just needs to participate.
That is it. See, CBD actually dropped down, got to 10.9, then came back to 10.5. on that little pullback. So let's see if they can pop it above 11. We want to see that thing start to move, and if it starts to move, the market's going to move with it. And with tide showing, I just don't see, unless something drastic changes, how we just don't keep grinding back up.
Tide showing it.
Wow.
Look at that. Tide is showing it. Get those calls in the green side.
And I'm fixing to drive Roy crazy, but I've got to step away for just a couple of minutes. And I'm going to leave this trade up, so it will be there. Will not move it. I've got my stop. I got my take profit. That's where we're at. So
you're a monster. All right, man. Let's go through some charts.
You get your play. You can't trust it. I mean, why do it, right?
Hey, this is what part of the thing I'm learning, right? So you're this is great. I mean, you're in a trade that you're confident in. Like I said, the only thing unfortunate is you can't do any sort of trailing, obviously, when you step away. But if you get taken out up there, you're gonna be tickled. You're gonna be happy.
I actually want to move this back some. So I want to go right below the orders. At least get one off the board. I would love to get one off the board there. That would make me feel a whole lot better about things if I get one off the board. We'll trail one up if that's the case, but give me just a few minutes. I've got to take care of some personal stuff real fast, and I will be right back.
No worries. Going back to tide, as you can see, we're going to watch and see if we can get this volume to creep over the green line. Call volume continues to rise. The market can't quite push past that 59.10 level on ES, but we'll keep an eye on it. Looks like it wants to, though. Showing that here. So as we test it now, 59.50, 59.0950. That's a tongue twister. It's flipping over to NQ, basically a similar chart. We're approaching an 8 ribbon, so we'll see if it has enough juice to break above that. Obviously, it broke above VWAP, so it may do a kind of like a test, retest, bounce. Nothing's ever in a straight line. So as we continue to battle this 59.10 level, let's take a look at Mag 7. Look at Apple coming back. It's about to be green on the day. So it hit its 5-day moving average. Shout out to Monty. NVIDIA recovering, set new all-time high now. Congratulations to all NVIDIA holders. Microsoft still kind of putting around, but it is holding its pre-market gains a bit. We'll see if it can continue up. Google's your laggard. Can't quite get going just yet. We'll keep an eye on that one. Amazon, similar. It is holding its pre-market gains, but basically flat on the day. Meta looks good. Nice stick. It looks like ES did break up. So we are pushing higher. Could be back to that high a day thing. And I actually just passed a combine. Cool. Went long, past combine. It just hit the sale at 59.11. Yay. Flipping over to tide. There we go. Got your call volume now flipped. So if the market wants to continue to push higher, what do we want to look for? Tide's in our favor. There's your retest of that 8. So what are we going to see here? Are we going to see break, test the VWAP, and pop up? Is this 8 going to be resistance, and we just kind of grind all the way down? So that's kind of the next 2 steps you're looking for. So at least for me, for my next trade, I'm currently in no trades. I'm up $100 on an XFA, and I passed a combine that was about $800 away. So that is where I am sitting. I think Monty may have gotten taken out on one. Oh, heartbreak. Yeah. So got to it, didn't fill it, came back down. So we'll see if we can retest it shortly. VWAP's at 59.0525, which kind of coincides to those big orders. Thanks, Led. Very nice. Thank you for my congrats. Coincides with the big order, that $18 million order that was earlier. This is one of those spots that obviously we're going to just watch. Not only is it a psych level, but it was also a very large order that wanted to get filled there. So will they hold that level? Now, $18 million in the stock market in the grand scheme of things is not anything. So it's not necessarily the end all be all, but a lot of orders were filled there. So for our purposes and day trading and things like that, we'll keep an eye on that level at 59.05. Looks like, let's kind of go through some of the stuff. How's the old VIX doing? So your VIX had a pop on that drop right at the open. It has a interesting candle there, wicked down. So let's see if it can hold its ribbons. A lot of talk out there of whether the VIX does technical analysis. I believe it does. I think most anything honors some sort of system of technical analysis. I don't think it's like with anything, got to have multiple indicators, but I still like doing TA on it. Energy right up the gate shot up. Like Led had mentioned earlier in the stream, looks like oil got bidded up, which is good for my Oxy play. Neo, can't get China going. Hey man, you actually had a nice comment. I was, oh yeah, I saw. Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
Hey, good job, Led. I did tune in, so I popped up on the stream right before I came back in to hear Roy say that money might have got taken out. Like, oh no, and I see it right to the. I'm in a tick away. This is heartbreaking. And CBD is coming down hard, just so you know.
Yeah, Tide had a flip as you were actually talking. So we went green, then came back down, and now we're red with puts rising and calls falling. Again, kind of zooming out here, guys. When you look at these big swings, just know we're not. These are a 3-day view. So how wide these can get, that's a little bit bigger than I thought it was going to be on this. So you do have some distance between the two. Yeah, Apple's coming down. Yeah, Led is screaming about something geopolitical is happening. Didn't think tech are going.
Well, you're getting news from Israel nonstop now.
Yeah,
there's a lot coming across financial juice. Netanyahu will hold an urgent security consultation this evening with the participation of Minister of Defense and the Army commanders. So we've got some potentially big stuff brewing out in the world.
How is your order book looking?
59.10. They're moving those orders up a slight bit, so I needed to go to 59.15 to feel comfortable. CBD is holding around 8,100. It had got up to almost 11,000. So on this drop, we had a big pullback on CBD, and it's not popping. It's just kind of holding right now. So that's why you're kind of seeing it bounce around a lot.
How is your I was talking about it while you were away, but that 59.05 level and those amount of orders getting filled there, how much weight do you put on that moving forward?
Put a lot of weight on it. Yeah, that was a big move. And those orders didn't move. Those orders stayed there, and it looked like one institution bought them all. Because it wasn't, if you was looking at Bookmap. So what you'll see in Bookmap when we come to orders like that, you'll see the orders start to, they go down, come up, and they'll start moving. As soon as it got to those orders, you saw immediate 3,000 fill. So one institution bought all of them at 59.05. Now, the question is, were they going short at 59.05? Or do they want to go long at 59.05? That's
right. Did they go short at the top?
$3,000 question. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a good point, right? They could have gone short at the top at the open,
Yep.
and then that was their fill to cover.
Yep.
That's actually a great point.
So that's one thing about Bookmap. You don't know what they're doing with them. You see the orders, but you don't know what the orders are actually for. They are moving the orders above 59.10, which is a good sign for me. But like I said, I want to see them go above 59.15. And if they can go above 59.15, then we should get a decent move back up. Like I've said it before, when they made an all-time high overnight. I look for some point today we break this all-time high. Now, whether that comes now, it comes later, I don't know. It looks like it could come later. I mean, we could come all the way back down here and then scream all the way back up, right?
Yeah.
CVD is pushing down hard now. It's down to 73, 72. So they're pushing this thing down with some force.
Here's your tide. You got puts rising, calls dropping, put volume matching this move as well. Holdings wise, you got kind of cool off on the buying. Excuse me.
To be honest with you, Roy, what we're seeing is I think you saw the initial move. They want to make it open here down. I think this could have been our fake out, and then now we're going to trend back down. That's just my thought process here. I could be completely wrong, but
very possible. Sorry to keep flipping back.
700. Yes, didn't take me out here.
Yeah, you got a spike in puts here that you just see.
CVD's going all the way down to 6,000. There we go. We're out. Oh, not out yet. That is so frustrating. We got one tick.
One tick.
One tick. We're not going to swap to a combine. We're going to leave those alone the rest of the day. We were at the orb low of the day too, just so you know.
Yeah, so from here on, it's going to be setting new lows.
Yeah. CVD is still dropping.
How much weight do you put in that zone that you have it's approaching?
If you remember yesterday when we talked about this zone, we said this was not the strongest of zones.
Right.
But, I mean, you can see it came down. We popped above it, came back, tested, then went back up. We got some news popping. The U.S. is not in recession despite the Federal Reserve starting rate cuts. The jobless numbers are staying relatively low.
Okay.
I wanted a little more on it. We are going to take one here anyway on this combine. And we can't get too much on it, so
you're going long here with a view to get back kind of up to break VWAP.
Yeah, I'm going to put this stop, actually. We're going to risk more on this one. I like to stop down here at the bottom of the zone. And this could be a horrible play. I'm not going to say it, but definitely could be a horrible play.
Flipping over to tide, you're getting still the trend down on calls, trend up on puts. Did get a little bit of slowing, so you see that call volume or that put volume kind of recoil a bit. Flipping over here, still holding turn strong, but you did have put volume take over on the premium.
CVD went to 5,000, and it's popped back up to 5,400. So.
Your Mag 7, it looks like Google's red, Amazon red, Meta red, Tesla red, Apple red. So Meta just right out the gate following the market. Amazon same, Google same.
Hey, Apple. look at your tide. Let's look at the sectors real quick while you're.
Yeah.
That would be good. Let's move us. Move us to the side so we can see it good.
So NVIDIA, you got crazy volume here. 51 million TSM. Not surprised with its earnings result. second. But
Hey,
going
that
into
pop in
sectors,
CBD was short-lived.
yep.
It is now 4,700. So
Scrolling
we
up,
are going
seeing.
to trend down, it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, you've got tech, energy, and financials green, and not. I mean, that's pretty good green. 0.6, 0.5, 0.4. But I think you're just healthcare. And again, it's kind of skewed a bit because of the move you got in pre-market. So, I mean,
Right.
yeah, tech is green, energy is green, financials are green, but green from what? Right? They front loaded the move in pre-market.
I want to show one thing real fast. So if you notice, let's get this pulled up over here. These orders are, so they're not staying where they're at. These orders are moving. These are the same orders that were just above 59.10 that I said I wanted to see get above 59.15. And you can see they're pushing them down. They're pushing these orders down. We are fixing to go on and stop out. We're going to take that.
Yeah, it's one of those things that we have to preach ourselves constantly, and everybody else, is you can't come in with any sort of the market should do this and it will do this kind of bias on the right. For example, we said it about 30 minutes ago. What's going to move this market down? And well, you had geopolitical news pop up. Was that what brought the market down, or was that just the reason the market needed to cool off? So it's about kind of keep reading the chart. Some days we read it right, some days we read it wrong. But more often than not, our track record shows we read it right.
Yeah, we got in a short here, and I got into it here thinking, looking at Bookmap and looking at this, that we're going to break this zone here.
Mm-hmm.
So we break here, and you can see we got right to that level. And that's where we bounce back off of. We get this break, we should go down to here or here. So that's why I went on and got in. It might be early, it might be premature. We're either going to hit 3,000 or we're going to lose this combine. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Tide, you're looking at calls still kind of trending down. Puts are kind of flattening out here. Put volumes in charge. And then SPY holdings. I think NVIDIA is skewing this a bit.
Roy,
but go. Yep.
Go to my chart real fast. So you see this candle here?
Yep.
I don't know how we missed this. I guess, was I not back yet? So you had this candle. You have a bearish engulfing.
Yeah.
Right back to it and drop.
You had just stepped back in because we had just missed. We were recapping your miss by a tick.
Candle by candle.
Yeah, man. Flipping back over to NVIDIA, you can see it set its new all-time high and then plop. So they had a mission complete.
Yeah.
Tesla's on a ride again. Can't quite hold that 220 break. PDH. Day high. Previous day high. Took me a minute to get there. NVIDIA just not cooperating with a long play, so any short here looks good.
Yeah, we got to break it down. CBD is down. It got down in the 2,000s. It climbed back up to 3,200 now. 58.85 seems to be a spot. If we break here, that's going to be one to watch. And then 58.75, where you can see I have that take profit down at the bottom, is another spot. So we've got this level to go through. You can't see, it's 59.92 almost. And then you have 58.85 to go through, which we can draw one there. So this is a 2. And if we break here, we're going to here, in my opinion. But we got to break down first.
Tide is showing, put steadily rising, call steadily falling. So you're getting kind of the inverse of what you got on that big move up. Now you could potentially see that move down.
Good. CBD's back under 3,000 at 27 now again. We need to see it continue to drop. They're pulling some of those orders at 58.85. You got a ton sitting at 58.90, which is right below our level here. So let's actually pull this down a tad bit. 91. So you can see what we're watching. 2,700 Tide. We need it to come down below 2,000, and I hate giving MC credit. I hate giving MC credit. I think he put some short, cleaned up nice.
We're gonna approach that spot where on Tide, do they cross or do they break apart again? So they're approaching each other on the premium side. Put volume is near high a day. So you're at a good spot here of will the move happen? Tide will tell us.
Time will tell.
Pop. I'm not in anything right now. I'm kind of waiting for a little bit of confirmation. See if we can get.
This could have been our low here too, fellas. Could have been our low. We'll see what happens after this candle, but
that was the bottom.
You're getting a bullish candle. We got time. We got 2.5 minutes, so we need to see where it closes. But it's not as bullish as it was.
It's the bottom of the Bollinger Band on the daily. Was right there as at the low as well. So,
and we're right back in orb, right below the orb low of the morning. So, I think we haven't busted yet. We're getting close to busting that one.
I would love a nasty reversal here. Just drop this candle with a big wick. That'd be nice.
CBD got all the way back up to 3,400. It's back to 32 now, 33.
90 seconds on this candle. Having fun yet?
Just give me the flush. Oh, Led, you're a 5-day guy too.
Yeah, he likes 5-day. Michael Silva figuring out money likes 5-day. 5-day trader Eric likes 5-day. Howie likes 5-day. Monty hates the 5-day.
I don't hate it. I just don't see a use for it.
I don't disagree with you. I think it's more useful in swings, to be honest, than it is for day trading.
And you made me you're the reason I dislike it as much as I dislike it, because we have a private chat and Roy would always where's the 5-day? Where's the 5-day? Look at the 5-day. Everybody look at the 5-day.
I did like to nudge you guys a bit on that. And now that I know it annoys you, it's just one of those things. It would be one of my highlights of my day when it did show up on the chart and we were approaching it, and me posting that we're at the 5-day, and then the visceral comments that came after that from them towards me was just makes you a better man.
CBD is 3,600 and still moving up. So
yeah, you're getting
it
a
looked
pop
like
here.
we have completely mistimed the market this morning. I'm glad Led could time up my thoughts and I couldn't.
One tick though changes the whole day, right? I mean,
oh, absolutely, yeah.
That changes the whole day. That clears your brain. That resets your brain. That lets you see probably that candle by candle opportunity. That's why they say psychology is the biggest part of this.
Starting this move back, and they threw some orders at 58.95 that seems to be holding it for the moment. I hate when you're in a trade and it starts to move in your favor, then you see them throwing the damn orders out there. You're like, stop throwing orders. And the crazy thing about those orders they just threw is they threw them out there, and when the market started to move back up, they pulled them. It's like the spoof orders are just horrible. I can't stand them. Ugh.
So one thing we haven't looked at, I know you're in the middle of a trade, so I'll kind of take the lead on this, is IWM is red, down 0.5%, 1.22. So your SPY is green, your Qs are green, your IWM's red. Popped on the data this morning, but then it's sold off here. So it kind of feels like to me that they're not anticipating much rate cuts, 50 basis point cut.
Oh, you missed that this morning, didn't you?
I did.
So there was actually news on that this morning. Let me find it.
There we go.
My bad. I was too busy with Israel news. And now there's so much news that's come out, it's hard to find. Let's see. It wasn't that early, was it? Give me a second, I'll find it here. I'm having to scroll through a lot of stuff.
No problem. I'm just watching the market. It's approaching 5,900 again. Let's see what NQ's doing. NQ below its 5-day moving average. Red ribbon. So it's below VWAP, below the 8, and below the 5. So it could get a retest here of 2450-ish, and then probably could get another rejection down. Yes, not having enough mojo to break 5,900.
I can't find it now. It came across the gist that they were banking in less rate cuts this year now than they were previous after data today.
Here's your 5,900 test. You got tied, really starting to spaghetti land now. They're all converging. Calls and
we're going
puts.
to go to 59.05.
Yeah. That is where VWAP hanging near. So those orders that popped in at 58.95, basically thinking that was more of a support signal for people to buy in.
Yeah. Yep.
Man, hindsight's always 2020, but by golly, you were right. That candle by candle would have been.
Yeah. And then look, you just got it again here.
Yep.
It was 95 to, there's a 6-point move on it. That's if you're trading ES, that's $300. It's annoying.
Tell you though, it's not breaking this 8.
Not yet. CBD is not running away. It's still 3,200. You know, we've been sitting there for a while, so oh, this thing's gonna get me here though. You son of you dirty dog, you. They moved orders right above 59.05 this time.
I think Nvidia's getting its mojo back. It's retesting VWAP. There's a candle by candle on video. So there's your NQ. I said could get a test of 2050 or 24.5. 2450. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see if it can break through VWAP. This is NQ's chart. Seeing that. Flip over to ES.
CBD is not, I mean, it's 34. It's not popping with these moves up now, which is kind of what it was doing earlier when we got the move back down.
Yeah.
But it's funny, you get right down in the zone, right? Pop right back up out of it.
Yeah, I'd say there's really nothing clear. I mean,
yeah, I want to see if break. This is another gamble here. We're going to keep this really tight, but I want to see if it rejects VWAP here. If it breaks above VWAP, we'll go out of it pretty quick.
Looking at NQ, I think NQ just is testing VWAP now. So flipping over to that, you can see.
As soon as we do this, of course, CBD pops to 4,000. So that was a quick gamble. I'm not going to let it run. We're more than likely done for the day. To be honest with you.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it could now do its creep back up all day.
Yep.
Let me see what Tide's showing. I mean, Tide's not giving me any clarity. Puts are still in charge, but call premium's higher. So you got close to a cross and they kind of broke away.
Oh, look at this thing coming back to VWAP now.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would actually lean that you could get a pullback lower, but I don't like these candles. I don't like fading these candles until I can get a red candle. And there is optimism out there. So you got the geopolitical stuff, but you do have optimism with the data on tech and AI. So if somebody wanted to buy the dip, they now have a sector they want to buy it in. Boop, 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 boop.
CBD is still not popping. Orders are not, and they're not crazy. You're not seeing anything really to suggest that we go up or down, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's kind of how I'm
throwing orders up there.
Kind of how I'm reading Tide as well. I mean, there's a slight lean to Tide with the premium side, but your volume is still in puts land.
Should have went long there.
Yeah. Dickard, good morning. A little late to the party. No worries. We're missed a wild start. Looks like it got to point of control on my chart is 5907.50.
Give me a pullback to VWAP.
On the pullback to VWAP would be good. It's holding now above that big order that you were at.
Yeah, it's holding above us. You can see it. It's right at 13. Mm-hmm. And believe it or not, the 13 plays out a lot, but this time it didn't. All right, now we're back to VWAP. CBD's comebacks on.
Tide is suggesting sit tight. I mean, there you got a little drop on the call. Good. Yeah, it's not suggesting to really do anything because you got. I mean, I think everybody's just kind of whoa. That's kind of the nature of it. I mean, we've had some violent moves up and down. I mean, what was it? It was almost 40-point pre-market move, 50-point pre-market move. And then you came down and dropped about 28 points, 30 plus points since the high. Everybody's a bit dizzy at the moment, taking their time.
This is my last. If we get in here, this will be the last trade of the day, no matter what.
Looking at it, Mag 7 wise, you're seeing green now. Apple green, Nvidia of course green. Microsoft's turned around, so it's looks like it wants to run, or could pop up here, break VWAP. Amazon looks like it wants to. Meta same, Tesla same, Google same.
Well, now we're going to hammer through VWAP.
And now we're going down. It's just this is not ideal waters right now.
No, and I got cute today trying to do a few things. Let's see if we can pop back above VWAP, and this play has a good chance to, like I said earlier, go back up to make a high. But as of right now, it seems they're content with it just chopping around in the middle here.
Tomorrow is OPEX, correct?
Oh,
as you drop, you're getting puts. I'll flip over here. You're getting puts rising, calls falling. But interesting enough, your put volume is drying up. So it's like,
yeah, we're done with that. We're done with
that's
that.
Opposite land today.
Didn't know that was there still. I'm glad I clicked on that one.
Yeah, so you're dropping. Now, is this a candle by candle scenario?
No, I don't think so. You got a lot of time left, but watch this wick.
Mm-hmm.
You want to close below here where I'm at.
Yeah.
For this to be a candle by candle. Mm-hmm. So it's got to close below what? 58, 98, 25.
Mm-hmm.
And you're getting a push back up. I got a feeling we're going to come back up and test VWAP. And then that's $1 million question from that point.
Wicking out of 5,900 is a good sign for a long.
Yeah.
So retesting the 8 on my chart. Shout out to Led yesterday. I want to show you a fun little trick as you're watching your thing. If you go at Unusual Whales, anybody subscribe to Unusual Whales, if you go in the search bar, you type in Mag 7, it'll give you the list of Mag 7.
Good enough.
As a result, here's a cool one. You type in Fed, it gives you the next Fed speakers.
Awesome.
And then if you do Bank, is it Banks? Yeah, Banks gives you all the major banks. Oh,
and
cool, fun.
Here's what we talked about with the VWAP test. Now we need to pop VWAP. CBD's back to right around 2,800, 3,000. Needs to pop up. Might be a rejection here at VWAP.
I think it may be. Well, puts falling. Call volume.
Yeah, calls are falling with it, though.
Yeah, you got a little MACD. If it can turn up, that'll be a positive.
They threw orders in at 59.05 again. 340 of them this time. And here we come all the way back down. Sorry, dog, you. CBD is holding here. This is very strange in this. Maybe it's still 27, 2,800. $2,900, 3,000, popping pretty good here. Oh, and then it gets right to VWAP. Are we gonna pop VWAP yet? Nope, maybe. Who knows? It's going right at the 8 now. Orders. We need to move, need a pop, need something. I need something positive to happen today. Yesterday was, besides golf, was just a lackluster day. Today's been a lackluster day. You take me to all-time highs, and you take me to all-time highs, and we were dancing in the street. Before you stop me out, that's the key. Before you stop me out.
Put slowly, emphasis on slowly, falling. Your put volume is dropping as well. Got your holdings. Yeah, there's really nothing on Tide you can kind of take from it, except just that slow trickle down and puts.
CBD's right at 3,200 now. We need this VWAP break and runs what we need. Can't get over the hump there. If you can look now, they've moved these orders up to 59.08. So these are the orders that were just below us here. They are slightly moving those up. So if we can get the break here, we should get the move up to at least take that part out. And they're moving them back down now.
For a more conservative trader, you would have looked to get the break of VWAP and then a retest.
Yes. Yeah. And more conservative trader, we would have taken $400 there a couple times instead of holding for the move. Sometimes it's an advantage to be a scalper. We talk about losing money a lot by not holding long enough, right? Not losing, but not getting the full gain. Sometimes the full gain is right there and you let it come back. So like this. We're getting a decent rejection off that. CBD's coming down hard.
Tide calls are dropping.
Yeah, Tide's just gonna be ugly.
Yeah,
I could tell where Tide was going already.
Yeah, I think you got to hold 5,900 here.
Yep. You can see we were talking a minute ago. These orders we're talking about were just above 59 at 59.08. Now they're down at 59.05. It's little games that institutions play back and forth with each other. There's the 5,900 break.
Yeah. So you got a confident VWAP projection here.
Yeah.
Interesting that through it all, NVIDIA is holding above VWAP for now.
Really?
Well, it's testing it, so we'll see if you can get a bounce here off VWAP on NVIDIA. If there's one stock that can move it all, it's this guy.
That is correct.
So you're getting a little push up here now. Let's see if it can break its previous candle's highs and drag this market up with it. Yeah.
So far, it's a no bueno.
No bueno. No bueno. No way to sugarcoat it. Just not. No.
Yeah,
yep,
we're fixing to. We're going to cut that. We're done.
We talk about surfing, right? And sometimes you're just on the wrong end of the waves.
Yep.
That was my day a few days last week. And I think some on Monday. I did pretty good on Monday. Tuesday, I think I may have.
We looked. They didn't cancel that count yet, so I went on and canceled it for them so I can reset it.
Perfect. So you're approaching day low here as we look for potentially maybe another trade or not. We may just call it. I have my picks. If we want to switch up the gears a bit, since we're going to stream on Friday. Any new listeners, we don't stream on Friday. We take a much needed break, win or lose throughout the week. You need a break.
Yep.
So.
Oh, look at this stupid thing now.
You got Tide. He had a puts cross on Tide with volume, so this pop may be short-lived. You got calls dropping on the holdings. Yeah, you're getting some clarity now on Tide. And going back to the NVIDIA chart, it is now below 139. Very bearish candle coming through VWAP. And those that want to be bold, emphasis on bold, could have a double top on old NVIDIA. But, yeah, no point of picking on the biggest guy in the playground if you do want to short something.
Yet. Well, so For all my transgressions, there's a little over $1,000 in another firm.
Hey.
It's all timing, guys. It's all timing. I timed that one perfect, and just there's 1,400.
All right.
So, God, I hate this thing. Let's see if we can get to this $2,000 mark on them, and you multiply that by 11 accounts. So that just kind of takes care of all the worries. Yeah. I hate life sometimes. I'm just going to disappear in the background. You son of a gun, you. This is so frustrating. My.
Yeah, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. For the last 20 minutes or so, I have not seen, outside of a VWAP rejection, that was about it for me that I would have played.
What I saw when we came back down, notice we got these wicks right here.
Mm-hmm.
There was my entry.
Oh, worked out. You only need a few points.
Yeah, I was a little frustrated, so I had 5 ES.
Okay. How many do you currently have?
I'm sitting on 0 now. I just took the last.
Okay, good. All right, good.
Some firms you can make too much money in a day.
Yeah.
We are very close to that, but we're not there. So. That is so frustrating.
Tends to be your off-camera stuff this week has been the big winners.
I took a loss in the personal. I took a small loss in the personal account today too. So
I was going to ask you your personal account,
just like I did here.
What is your risk parameters for like a day on a personal account? So like
risk. So my goal is 100 to 200 a day. My risk is 100 200 risk per day.
Okay.
We don't go any farther. I try to keep it 1 for 1. Try to keep it 1 for 1.
So if we break that level on those wicks, it gets nasty. Am I right?
Yes, in my opinion, it does. Yes.
I think that may be in order here shortly.
Yeah, we gosh dog it. I've got to stop. I just made another. I made another grand over there. I can't do anymore. Yeah, so just so everybody know, there was my.
Yeah, that's where I was looking actually.
There was my entry short. You take 5 ES and you definitely, it adds up pretty quick. Yeah, we're completely out of that trade now too. So that's a done day. So no matter what you saw here, I just made $36,000. Oh, you can't make this shit up. You cannot make this up. Oh my gosh.
Okay. Let's step through that. That had to be some range trading.
A little over 30,000.
A little bit of range trading, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you were calculated in your entries. I'm not saying that you weren't random, because that's where I get myself in trouble. But that was definitely it worked out range trading.
Yes. I do not recommend that, but
I would.
I had a bad day. I needed some feeling, and I got some feeling. So
you got some feeling. I take it. It's if anybody knows, I can relate 100%. I took a short there. I'm 183 on the XFA, so I only need I may switch over to MES just to hit the $200 threshold for the day on TopstepX and make sure I don't ruin a pretty good day. So while you're away, I passed the combine. So
good job. Good job.
Yeah. So I've actually had a pretty good day as well. I know you haven't had the best day on TopStep, but
no. And I'm going to reset for next week. Cashy App said it exactly right. He says that's a positive revenge. Yes. I needed to feel something, and I felt something, so we're good now. I'm gonna come back in Monday. I'm going to have 3 new combine, 100K combines, and I'm gonna actually copy trade them, and that's gonna be my focus next week. We're gonna trade those. Not like you saw me trade them today. We're not going 5 days. We're going to do three lots at a time. We're going to trade it conservative, try to get 1,000, 1,500 per day, and see if we can pass combines that way. Here recently, I've been doing combines, and I've had really good days, but I've been gambling to get the really good days, and that doesn't play out over a long period of time. So we got to reel that back in and try to get that right. And I'm going to work on that next week. So you guys will be working with it with me while we do it. But we'll have 3 fresh combines. Like I said, we're going to copy trade them all.
I'm going to join you. I'm going to have 2. I'll copy trade them with you. And I agree. I've been kind of on the gambling mode with my combines more than I should be, and it's actually spilled over into my XFAs. And I need to get that under control as well.
Yeah, and we do. It happens. So my goal next week is just focus on these combines. We're going to do probably going to do like $1,000 risk per day, and then we'll they give us 3 days. We have 3 bad days, and I'm going to do 100K accounts. If you have 3 bad days, knocks you out. Of course, you can have positive days to get it back. So we're going to try to be conservative. We're going to try to do it the right way. We're going to try to build this back up, get back up to 5 funded accounts, and kind of hopefully take what we learned from trading the combines back into the XFAs once we get those passed. And we're going to do it as a team together, everybody.
Yeah, because guess what? This is a lifelong skill, not a one-day skill. So
and I'm with a lot of you guys. I do this a lot. So you're thinking, hey, you got to make a lot of money. I mean, you saw I was trying to make $2,000-3,000 when I could have got almost everything back on one trade, but I held it. It got one tick from taking profit and then dropped, right? So we got to get a little better at that. What we should have done, if I was paying attention when we got to that one tick, when it started to come back down, I should have went on and just took one off there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let it go from that point. But it is what it is. I've messed around and actually had a good day somehow about doing other stuff. That was insane.
Well, revenge trading and making a Camry in about 20 minutes is pretty cool. So that's the power of trading.
That is the power of trading. I do not recommend that to anybody anytime. But like Roy said, when I did it, there was reasons why I did it. So it wasn't like I was just randomly like, hey, I'm going short because I think we're going. There was levels. I played these levels. I made good money off these levels, and it just kind of shows me that we rushed some trades this morning. Mm-hmm. We didn't have to rush.
Yeah, I think we've said that a bit too much lately.
Yeah. Typically, when you see me get in trouble and have losing days, I'm rushing trades. And I told Roy the other day, I think probably 90% of the time, the move I think is going to happen ends up happening.
Yeah.
Which is really annoying.
Yeah.
So.
And look at that zone that you drew that we said maybe not that strong. I mean, it's kind of in a stop sign right now.
Yep. Well, you look back, so here it might not have been that strong. After you had this section here, it made it stronger.
Yeah. And now if this bounces off from this point, it becomes an extremely strong zone.
You got a little section here. I mean, I suggest everybody go to a 15-minute time frame.
Wow.
Here's your level. You can see it was a hard
Hard move up and then stop.
Yep, and went above it, came back, held a support, popped up, holding a support. Now the big question is, do we pop back up here? This is a previous all-time high. Do we pop back up here, or do we eventually break this? And I'm gonna tell you, if we break this, I'm 95% sure we're gonna come to there.
Yeah.
Very easily could come all the way down here.
It looks like it wants to break.
On the way. You got to stop here. And then you got that level there. So, I mean, you can drawing levels and zones is the easiest thing in the world to do if you just learn to look for multiple, like this. You had multiple here, right? Mm-hmm. The reason I marked these levels, these were higher lows on the way up. So they could put some resistance on the way back down or support on the way back down. Same here. You had a big move down, hard move back up. We probably left orders around this area. You could actually, if we didn't have a zone there, you could do a zone there in that level. And we'll do another one maybe next week or the week after, where we come back and we go through back how I draw my levels and my zones. I'm keeping the strict, just hard levels off here recently because I like the cleaner look that you get with the zones. But typically, you see a zone that's going to be in a level too. So I just don't want them. I don't want a zone here and then a zone right here on top of it. That doesn't do us any good. And are you going to be right on one of them? Probably, but I mean, what good is that going to do if you go through 3 zones to get to one zone that you're right on? You want, trade each zone right there on top of each other. So CVD's weird. It's still holding up at plus 1,700. I don't get this 1,800.
Yeah, I was gonna say Tide. If you're just kind of going through it, it's spaghetti land. I mean, look at that. But the put volume is holding. So if you're gonna get a move down, it could happen any moment. To be honest, you got weakness now across the. Look at the difference of a day, right? We did our Mag 7 pre-market green. Now only Nvidia's green.
And kind of notice something. This is another little trick of the trade. So let's look at yesterday, right? We kind of sold off and then shot sideways, and then we popped. Last night, we popped, we sell back off. If you notice, a lot of times, the move during market hours is the exact opposite of what it was in pre-market or low bets.
Yeah.
And that is, it's going to be probably 70% of the time or so. It's going to be a high percentage. That's going to be the opposite. So when I first glanced at everything this morning, I was leaning a little bearish. I think I might even said something about it earlier, but then it just looked like it wanted to hang out and pop. It just never did. So we lost on the longs, and it is what it is. We'll be here tomorrow. You got housing starts number, which is probably going to be a significant number tomorrow to keep an eye on. So,
I think I'd asked earlier. Is OPEX is tomorrow? OPEX is tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Option expiration.
You say OPEX, I say OPEX. You say VWAP, I say VWAP.
I think I used to say OPEX, and I got my hand popped because it's options expiration, so OPEX.
How do you say GIF or GIF?
It's GIF. It's always GIF. Never going to be GIF. GIF is peanut butter. GIF is a image.
What's the meaning of that?
Graphical. Oh, you jerk. Interface. I think it's graphical.
You know what? You're close enough for me.
Yeah. Let's go to my picks.
Oh, I almost forgot about your picks.
Yeah, man. I got picks. Got to do some picks. So we're gonna do our picks. You want to get your banners ready? We have to come up with some new banners.
You're ready to cut loose. You're ready to do some picks.
Yeah.
Swap over your picks. Let's get your picks so we can make it short with Roy's picks. Let's build it up. Roy's picks. Picks of the week.
Picks. All right, so this was last week. We had Seahawks.
Oh, you were going to ride the Mormon bandwagon.
Going the Mormons again. People will say maybe there's going to be a hangover. Mormons don't get hangovers. BYU minus 9.5 versus Oklahoma State. Monday Night Football. Bucks. Taking my Bucks plus 3.5 against the Ravens, hottest team in the NFL. I like Baker though. I like the hook. I like 3.5. I believe we're at home. We historically play pretty horribly on Monday Night Football, but we'll take it. So Bucks 3.5, Mormons minus 9.5.
I love that. Mormons don't have hangovers.
Yeah, see, I like that.
Well, technically you're not supposed to call them Mormons. It's the Church of Latter-day Jesus Christ. So yeah. Mormons, they have taken Mormons to a term as bad being
When I was younger, I used to watch South Park quite a bit. There was an episode where everybody showed up in hell, and there was Christians, Baptists, all these people, and they were wondering, why am I here? I was a devout follower of Jesus. And the coordinator down there says, you picked the wrong religion. It was the Mormons that won. The Mormons. So I'm going to ride the Mormons or the Church of Latter-day Saints, whatever they want to be called. I'll ride with them. Market Tide, let's go through a quick recap before we leave. Market Tide, you got Spaghetti Land, but put volume is in control. You could see a move down here, guys. Looking at Dickard, yes. He knows what I'm talking about.
Yes,
the holdings, you're getting a pop up here, getting a fall on the puts. You're just not getting a lot here from Tide, to be honest. Today it hasn't been very good. Rolling through Mag 7, we got Apple Red. Let's see if it can find a local bottom. Nvidia, new all-time high today, sold off. Now it's kind of going to chop around VWAP. Microsoft just cannot hold its gains. Every time it has a pop about 420, it gets knocked down. If you joined us earlier this week on our stream, we said key level for Microsoft's 425. We may go back through and actually do the levels on some of these bigger names. Maybe do another video on that. Google, approaching low a day, just can't get momentum as well. Amazon, I think would have pretty good based on that retail data. Not quite. So can't quite get it going. Meta, similar drop. And Tesla, it's forever battle with 220 lately. So there's your Mag 7 recap. Or let's go to VIX. VIX is looking kind of strong here. If it wants to move
back towards 20 in it.
Yeah, it wants to go back up to that 20. That's got a ways to go to get to the 20, but it's well on its way. UNH falling off. This is one of you guys wonder why we're doing UNH. They had earnings this week. They're also the largest component in the Dow, and obviously they're in healthcare. So this is kind of a good barometer of that sector for us. Financials kind of popped up, hanging out. Could be flagging for another move higher. Flapping in the earnings for tomorrow or for tonight. You got Netflix. We haven't even looked at a chart on Netflix, but there you go. WD-40, just fun to say, not really market moving. And then of course tomorrow morning.
Crown's important. If you drink a canned drink, your can is more than likely came from Crown.
There you go.
So you know.
More you know right there. Tomorrow morning, you've got the American Express, so that's going to be kind of looking at the higher end consumer. That's what they'll take out of that. Procter & Gamble, of course, consumer data, see who's buying what. Regions Bank, you got a bunch of banks always on Friday, so keep an eye on those guys. Next week, I don't have it on my calendar. I don't have a calendar image, but we do have Tesla earnings next week. So that's kind of tonight. Netflix's earnings kind of kick off the big tech earnings, so you'll have light economic data for the next few weeks, but you're going to have heavy pre-market and aftermarket earnings data. So that is all I've got. Mr. Monty, got any closing remarks you want to say?
No, thank everybody for joining this week. We appreciate you. Thank you for the new subscribers. We are on the path to 500 subscribers is what we're trying to get to. I want to see where we're at. We'll update now. We are sitting at about 245 now, so we're about halfway there. We got some exciting new stuff coming out eventually. We're going, Seth and Roy's going to work on making this stream a lot better. Anybody that's been here for the first stream to this stream, you can see we've come a long way, and we're just going to continue to grow it and get better every week. We couldn't do it without you guys here, especially the ones commenting and supporting us here. We appreciate everybody. So that is all I've got. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. We will see you Monday, fresh, ready to go with some new combines, and we're going to work out some game plans and kind of show you what we're looking at and what we're going to trade and how we're going to trade it, or how we're going to look to trade it. So that's all I got. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. And we'll see you next week for Combine Week.
That's right. Combine. That's like high school football days all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.